Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. So if you are new to my channel, my readings are a little different. If you're returning, welcome back. You know how we do. If it doesn't resonate with you, if you're forcing the story to fit, arguing with it in any way, just leave it behind for the people who it's meant for. Okay, let's see. Taking a step aside. And allowing spirit to pass through me. Opening up to receive information. Okay, I'm seeing in, as soon as I'm opening up, I'm seeing this wheel. It's like this giant, I don't know what this is. It's not a Ferris wheel. It's, what is this? It's almost like it is like a Ferris wheel, but it's like a Ferris wheel made out of stars. So it's like the ride of the zodiac. Buckle up. That's the feeling it gives me. Buckle up. There's something here that is being created and crafted with the Three of Pentacles. This is speaking to some sort of cyclical nature within our life. People automatically hear cycle and they think bad. That's not how this energy is striking me. This is actually a very epic energy, honestly. Like, it's that grand cycle of like what the soul travels through, what it goes through. There's something here that's being crafted within a particular aspect of self that is taking a little bit of time. When it shows up in the Pentacles, it's taking a little bit of time. This is probably due to and owing to interactions with others when the Three of Pentacles shows up. And these are things that we create of self that are pruned and preened by others. So it's our experience of other people, it's our experiences inside of our life, positive or negative, that is helping to craft this quality within us, whatever this quality may be. Okay, we have the Six of Cups. This is something that may be residing inside of that like inner child nature. This is innocence. This is what we offer. It's understanding how to express that innocence and vulnerability without having to control. Not having to control outcomes, not having to control other people. There's something here about acceptance, allowance, and that really easy, like going with the flow, right? Understanding that everybody is kind of on their own journey and experiencing their own thing without feeling like you have to force them to get on your ride. Ooh. There's the wheel. And there's the Wheel of Fortune. This is an energy where I'm feeling very much that someone is coming up against some pretty deep and profound lessons inside of their life. And these are interpersonal lessons. These are lessons about our relationships, whether they're presently in our lives or they were in our lives in the past, and how we interact with people, how we move through really the collective. Right. And I think that some areas of vulnerability here are starting to be refined. We have these spaces within us as people that we typically look at and we're like, oh, I'm being so vulnerable. And what we don't realize often is that there's added layers of bullshit on top of it. Someone here is learning to strip away the bullshit. Okay, the Soul's Journey with the Fool card. Again, going back to the idea that the Wheel of Fortune was presenting in the very bottom of the deck, I kind of want to show you this, is the Devil. So this is the theme. I do believe the last video I posted, the Devil was very prominent inside of that reading, and we have it showing up again here on the bottom of the deck, at the bottom of that cut that I made. And when the Devil is showing up, it's telling me that there are certain behaviors, patterns, ideologies even, or addictions or obsessions that someone has been bound to, and this is what's getting cleaned up within this space of our interactions with others. For some of you, this is going to be fear also. This is really beautiful as a reading because there's been something here. I'm almost leaning towards some sort of event. Let's see what's on the other cut. Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles, about the giving and the receiving of energy here. Energy, resources, time. any of those things. And there's been some sort of event regarding that has recently caused someone to start reflecting on the way that they interact, and the level of innocence that they're actually bringing forward. Sometimes when we have these added layers of bullshit, right, where we're trying to get our way, or we're trying to make things happen the way that we want them to happen, or we're not accepting something, that innocence and that vulnerability that we think that we're exhibiting can be pretty tricky. I think that anytime we feel that we have good intention, we feel that we're being innocent, and that's not always the case. This is a grand lesson in how to get that back, how to get back to that Six of Cups before the expectations, before the complications, before the fears, before the, internal driving factors all kind of hijacked what it is that we do inside of our lives in regards to other people. So this is really refining the way that somebody moves within the collective. It's really refining how somebody embraces that energy, because we all have this devil energy within us. The question is, do we understand it? Do we see it when it's happening? Do we have control, or does it have control over us? So this is actually a very good reading. This is a really good reading. Someone here is going through a process of pretty significant growth. I am going to take this card. I'm going to take the one underneath this now. Okay, this could be due to a communication here with the Eight of Wands going into the Queen of Swords. This could also be where someone is having to move their energy into more of a Queen of Swords dynamic. So a Queen of Swords, she is compassionate, she's empathic, but you don't cross her, right? You don't cross her. And Queen of Swords is one of my favorite queens for that very reason. And yes, yours too, I know, puppy. And they're down there talking. And they're saying good morning, good morning. The Eight of Wands in this deck is kind of interesting, because it's almost like 8 towers that are on fire, or 8 trees that have all of a sudden lit. When we think about trees that catch on fire, I think of like leaves going up in flame due to dryness. So there may be something that has had to emotionally be drained, or something that has had to emotionally dry out. This may be part of the lesson, is allowing ourselves to release some sort of emotion that may have been what stirred the devil energy. Queen of Swords being the last card in this reading, this is where we come back to a place where we're more neutral. The Queen of Swords is a very balanced queen. Again, usually she's shown with that hand open and offering space. Like, I'm more than willing to be friends and open up this space for you, but if you step over this line, I'm going to whack you with this sword. And she understands very much her place. She understands her space. And if a person doesn't respect the space that she's opening, she takes away the space. So this may be an energy that someone is currently you are either in or experiencing. That end card is a little tricky. I'm not sure if that is the energy of the person I'm reading for, or an energy that someone has brushed up against, mainly because of the presence of that Eight of Wands is throwing it off for me a little bit. So I think it's going to be different for everybody. The other thing about the Queen of Swords, I'm almost feeling like a time frame. I feel like this lesson is one that someone's going to be chewing on for just a little while. And, I think that there's going to be a significant... I want you guys to know also that this dog would not be talking this way if I wasn't talking. She talks over me. She's very sassy, very sassy. See, just watch. I'll stop. See, it stops. And now I'm going to start talking again. She's going to start talking. See? No, you're not going to start that. No, you're not going to start that. I can't put them in the other room, because then they'll just start howling and whining. Like, they have to be on my hip constantly. So for those of you that don't like dogs, and you don't like dogs in the readings, this is not your channel. I'm just going to say that right now. You better unsubscribe, because this is not your channel. There is this energy that's coming into this reading for me, that there's something in terms of time, and that time is coming up with the Queen of Swords. Now, I know that the Queen of Swords, she has her own space of time, but it's speaking to me about Gemini season of this year. And I think that there may be some significant lessons that somebody learns regarding their interpersonal relationships between now and Gemini season. And I think that communication is going to be a big part of it here. I also think that the giving and receiving aspect is going to be a big part of it. How to recognize when not to put too much energy into something, how to recognize when you're not putting enough energy into something. Energy, time, interchangeable, whatever it is that you may have just realized. I keep wanting to say I think this is a really beautiful reading, because I think that when we get readings like this, a lot of times we're kind of like, oh, like that's bad, I still have things to work on, or whatever the case is. But in reality, it's a reading that's saying, hey, look, this is another thing that's starting to improve for you. This is another thing that you're starting to do better. You're handling this. You're getting better at this. You might have to go through it a few more times for some of you. For some of you, you won't. And it just depends on how far you integrate this lesson this current time, how much it has touched your understanding. And understanding in all areas of growth, it's like the rose. It has layers and layers and layers, and those layers have to be peeled back one at a time. They don't often explode open. They sometimes do. I do feel for some of you, maybe there's been an exploding open of your perception and your understanding regarding a certain element of interaction within the collective. But I think that there's a certain sacredness that's entering this reading in terms of understanding our authenticity a little bit more now that whatever this event is has just taken place. We understand who we are a little bit more. We understand our driving factors a little bit more. There was a motivator here in the Devil card somewhere. Again, Devil card can be lusts, projections, delusions. It can be addictions. It can be obsessions. It can be fear. It can be anger. It can be methods of control, right? Trying to control an outcome, or trying to control people, or trying to control things that are beyond our control. They're outside of our control. And this is oftentimes why it's seen as a toxic card, because that method of control is like a very toxic element. But it doesn't have to be when a person sees that they have that driving factor within themselves and they're able to be the one in control of themselves. So that's really what I'm seeing inside this reading. Someone is learning self-mastery a little bit further. I chose the word further there, and that seems kind of interesting to me. I don't know if maybe in this event it was something was taken too far, or if it was someone was trying to get something to go further, but it feels a little bit like puzzle pieces that didn't fit, and recognizing and accepting that certain puzzle pieces didn't fit. For some of you, this might be a job. You might realize, wow, I just kept trying to make that work for me, and that just didn't work for me, and you may have left that behind, or something may have happened where you were forced to leave that behind. Feeling for some of you, this is going to be a creative endeavor. It's like going down a particular trajectory with a creative endeavor, and it's just not working out that way, and so needing to take that step back and really allowing yourself to free yourself from that complication of energy in order to receive the insight or the inspiration that's actually at play. So this is a multi-layered reading. It's going to hit everybody just a little bit differently. But if this reading does resonate with you, feel free to hit that like button. Feel free to leave me a comment. And until next time.